O beloved soul, if your heart feels heavy tonight, know this: heaven has already begun to move for you. You are not here by accident. You were led to this moment because divine mercy wanted to reach you. Maybe you've been crying in silence, battling debt that steals your sleep, a broken family that aches like an open wound, or a diagnosis that has dimmed your hope. But listen, even in your exhaustion, God still whispers your name through the intercession of Saint Anthony of Padua, the gentle miracle worker of impossible causes. He has seen your pain, your fear, your long nights of prayer, and now he stands before heaven on your behalf. This is the hour when faith begins to breathe again. This is the moment your urgent miracle takes its first breath. Through this very powerful prayer to Saint Anthony, the weight you carry will begin to lift. Heaven is aligning what was once scattered. The same saint who found what was lost will now help you recover your peace, your strength, your hope. Do not walk away before this prayer ends, because somewhere between these words, something divine is about to happen. Chains will break, hearts will mend, and provision will find its way to your home. Stay until the end, because this is the moment your miracle begins. Type "Glory to God" in the comments and believe. Saint Anthony is already interceding for you. O Saint Anthony of Padua, holy intercessor of the hopeless and friend of the brokenhearted, we come before you tonight with hands lifted and spirits trembling. You who once held the child Jesus in your arms, now hold our prayers with the same tenderness. Look upon every soul listening, burdened by illness, weighed down by financial emergencies, and crushed by the ache of fractured homes. You who have worked countless miracles for desperate souls, hear our cry. The doors we've knocked on have stayed closed, but you, beloved saint, hold the keys to heaven's mercy. Let what feels impossible bend under the power of faith. Let this be the night when hearts remember that God still moves. Beloved Saint Anthony, we trust in your very powerful prayer, the one that reaches where human strength cannot. For the mother who prays for her lost child, for the father who cannot feed his family, for the one whose body is weary from sickness, let your compassion overflow. Take these impossible requests, wrap them in divine favor, and lay them before the throne of God. Whisper our names in heaven's ear, that what was once broken may be restored. Let every tear water the soil of a new beginning. Where there is fear, plant courage. Where there is despair, sow faith. And where there is loss, bring the restoration of homes and relationships. O miraculous Saint Anthony, your heart has always burned with love for those in distress. You who bring peace to restless souls and healing to the wounded, we ask you to move now in power. Let this miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony echo through heaven, stirring angels to action. Let debts be cancelled, families reunited, bodies healed, and peace restored. Keep every listener close, reminding them that what seems delayed is not denied. A miracle in motion often hides beneath silence. Stay with us, holy intercessor, until our blessings manifest. If you believe Saint Anthony has heard your cry, write Amen in the comments and remain in faith, for heaven is already moving. First mystery, when faith begins to move the impossible now, dear friend. As we enter the first mystery, open your heart wide to receive what heaven is about to release. This is where faith stops being an idea and becomes the force that shifts reality. Through the very powerful prayer to Saint Anthony, even what feels impossible begins to move. There are people listening now who have cried until no tears remain. You've seen doors close, hearts harden, and dreams fade. But hear this truth, your faith has not gone unnoticed. In the stillness, heaven was aligning what your eyes could not yet see. When life feels like a labyrinth with no exit, remember that Saint Anthony specializes in finding what's been lost. He finds peace in chaos, love in conflict, and hope in despair. The woman who once prayed through her sleepless nights, holding a picture of her estranged son, found reconciliation because of this same miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony. The son came home, not because she begged louder, but because she believed longer. And so must you. Faith that endures becomes a magnet for miracles that defy logic. O Saint Anthony, gentle protector of hearts, I ask you to walk beside those who are praying now. Bring light where confusion reigns, peace where panic has taken root, and strength where weakness has settled in. You have seen the worst of human suffering and the best of divine mercy. Whisper in heaven's ear for us, that our pain may turn to purpose, our waiting to wonder. For every person carrying a financial emergency, let the chains of lack be broken by divine provision. Many wonder if their prayers still matter, but the truth is, faith isn't about how loud you pray, it's about how deeply you believe. A prayer to Saint Anthony spoken from the heart can move heaven faster than 1,000 empty words. Think of the mother who knelt beside her child's hospital bed whispering, "Saint Anthony, please, heal what doctors cannot." The next morning, her child opened his eyes. That's not superstition, it's divine mercy revealed through healing. O glorious Saint Anthony, intercede now for those who have lost more than things, they've lost themselves. Help them find their strength again. Help them rediscover the courage to hope. You are not just a saint of lost objects, but of lost faith, lost peace, lost time. Through your holy intercession, let everything that slipped through their fingers be returned 100-fold. And may they testify, what was lost, heaven has restored. There's someone listening right now who feels unseen. Bills are unpaid, faith is thin, and hope feels fragile. But remember, impossible requests are your specialty, Saint Anthony. You do not tremble before the mountain, you move it. You remind us that with faith, even the heaviest burdens begin to lift. What feels too late is often right on time in God's calendar. O Saint Anthony, compassionate worker of miracles, we surrender our fears into your blessed hands. Let this moment become the first spark of restoration, the beginning of something sacred. Let your intercession turn broken pieces into divine mosaics of grace. Teach us to trust the silence, to believe when we cannot see, and to keep walking even when the path disappears beneath our feet. For the weary soul who thinks this is the end, I declare, it's only the beginning. You have not been abandoned. You've been chosen for a testimony greater than your pain. This powerful Catholic prayer for miracles is not just words, it's heaven's invitation to trust again. If you feel your heart stirring, it's because Saint Anthony of Padua is already whispering your name before the throne of grace. When doubt comes, let gratitude be your weapon. Thank God in advance for the breakthrough. Speak life where the enemy whispered defeat. Say aloud, my miracle is already on the way. That declaration is faith in motion. It confuses darkness and attracts divine intervention. There's a power that rises in you when you refuse to give up. It's the same power that raised Lazarus, healed the blind, and multiplied bread in the wilderness. Through the infallible prayer to Saint Anthony, that same divine force is at work now, even in the silence. Don't measure progress by sight, measure it by peace. O St. Anthony, I beg you, where there is conflict, bring unity. Where there is sickness, bring healing. Where there is lack, bring overflow. For every heart praying right now, lift their faith above fear. Let the winds of grace blow through their homes, their families, their finances. Let this prayer become their turning point, their divine reminder that the God of the impossible still reigns. If you can feel the weight starting to lift, whisper with me, "Thank you, St. Anthony. My urgent miracle has already begun." Because it has. Heaven is moving faster than you think. What was once delayed is now being delivered. Stay until the next mystery. There, your faith will deepen and your hope will multiply. If you believe your breakthrough has already begun, write, "My miracle is unfolding" in the comments, and stay with me for the second mystery, where the light of restoration will shine even brighter. Second mystery, the light of restoration rising from the broken places. Now we enter the second mystery, where faith matures into divine expectation. The same God who moved for others is moving for you right now, through the miraculous prayer to St. Anthony. You may not feel it, but heaven is at work beneath the surface. When everything seems to fall apart, that's often when God is assembling what truly matters. Broken pieces are not wasted in his hands. They become the foundation for restoration of homes, healing, and reconciliation. Sometimes life looks like a storm that won't stop, but even storms obey divine command. St. Anthony of Padua, worker of miracles, is not afraid of your storm. He walks into chaos with peace on his lips and intercedes before heaven to calm every wave that threatens to drown your faith. The same power that restored families in despair and healed those beyond medical hope is now surrounding you. O St. Anthony, compassionate guardian of those who feel forgotten, we beg for your intercession. Look upon the families torn by silence, children wandering from faith, marriages that have turned cold. Let your holy prayers rise to the throne of God and return as waves of forgiveness and love. Where resentment has built walls, let divine mercy tear them down. Restore communication where there is bitterness, laughter where there has been shouting, and tenderness where there has been distance. When hearts are shattered, people often believe they're too broken to love again. But St. Anthony, the healer of wounded hearts, teaches us that God doesn't just repair, he renews. He makes love stronger after pain and faith deeper after trials. Through this very powerful prayer to St. Anthony, what the enemy meant for destruction becomes the seed of new beginnings. O miraculous St. Anthony, we place our impossible requests into your blessed hands. You who have seen heaven's glory and touched human suffering, intercede for every listener whose faith feels thin. There's a mother watching now, tears falling quietly for her child who has drifted far. Whisper that name to heaven. Bring them home, St. Anthony. Let the restoration of family relationships be our miracle today. A man once shared that he played this prayer over his home every night. At first, nothing changed, but one morning, his estranged wife sat at the table waiting with coffee and forgiveness. It wasn't luck, it was intercession. That's how impossible prayers that work become living testimonies. What you're hearing now is more than sound. It's the sound of heaven preparing your breakthrough. There is no night so long that dawn won't find it. St. Anthony walks with those who wait in darkness. His gentle intercession becomes a candle in the soul, reminding us that delay isn't denial, it's divine preparation. While you've been waiting, heaven has been aligning hearts, shifting circumstances, and opening unseen paths. O Saint Anthony, advocate of desperate souls, look upon every financial emergency right now. You, who multiplied provision where there was none, open doors of opportunity. Let employment come where there was rejection, abundance where there was lack, stability where there was fear. Let every faithful listener see the evidence of divine movement through your prayers. Do you know why faith changes everything? Because faith doesn't deny reality, it invites heaven into it. Through this prayer to Saint Anthony, your reality is being rewritten. The very area where you've suffered most will become your greatest testimony. The bill that once terrified you will soon be a reminder of God's provision. The sickness that broke you will one day be the story that builds someone else's faith. O glorious Saint Anthony, lift the ones who are tired of waiting. Touch those who have cried so long they forgot what joy feels like. Let divine surprises appear this week, a call, a message, an opportunity, proof that God is still near. You are not forgotten, your miracle is forming. Even when you see nothing, heaven sees everything. There's power in gratitude. Start thanking God before you see results. Say, "Thank you, Saint Anthony, for what's already in motion." Gratitude accelerates miracles. It shifts the atmosphere. It transforms your heart from worry to worship. And that is where breakthrough begins. A young woman once said, "I lost everything, my job, my peace, my direction. But I started praying this miraculous prayer to St. Anthony, and instead of asking for things, I started thanking God for what was coming. Within days, doors opened I didn't even knock on." That's the power of faith combined with thanksgiving. It magnetizes blessings. O Saint Anthony, we ask for a fresh wave of healing, not just for bodies, but for hearts and minds. Let those who suffer silently from anxiety, depression, or fear feel heaven's warmth right now. Let the peace that surpasses understanding flood their hearts. May they sleep tonight under divine protection, knowing angels are standing guard. The restoration you've prayed for is not just possible, it's promised. God restores more than what was lost. He restores time, dignity, and hope. Saint Anthony's intercession reminds us that no delay is wasted, no prayer unheard. Every whispered plea becomes a seed planted in heaven's soil, destined to bloom at the perfect time. When the world says it's over, faith says, watch what God will do. Keep holding on. Your impossible prayer that works is unfolding line by line, day by day. This is the sacred process of transformation, slow, silent, but unstoppable. O Saint Anthony, miracle worker of love, remind us that our stories are not finished. Even in waiting, you are weaving divine outcomes. Give us courage to believe when hope feels small, and to trust that every delay is a setup for destiny. To the one who feels forgotten, heaven has not moved on without you. You are seen, you are loved. You are next in line for a powerful Catholic prayer for miracles that will rewrite your story. If you can sense the peace beginning to rise within, whisper it now. Saint Anthony, my miracle of restoration has begun, because it truly has. Stay connected. What comes next will carry even greater grace as we move into the third mystery, where faith deepens and impossible prayers take form. If you believe restoration is already in motion, type, "Restoration is happening in my life," in the comments and stay with me for the third mystery, where heaven begins to respond in power. Third mystery, the deepening of faith and the fire of intercession. Now we enter the third mystery, where faith stops depending on sight and starts depending on trust. This is the sacred space between prayer and manifestation, where the miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony becomes a living dialogue between your heart and heaven. Here, doubt and belief wrestle, but faith always wins. When everything looks still, remember, silence is not absence. It is divine activity disguised as waiting. Saint Anthony of Padua, the gentle intercessor of impossible causes, teaches us that heaven's timing is never wrong. It's simply preparing us for what our hearts are too small to hold today. There is someone listening now who feels stuck in the middle of the storm. You've prayed, cried, hoped, and yet nothing seems to shift. But through this very powerful prayer to Saint Anthony, something is already moving in the unseen. Like roots growing deep beneath the soil, your miracle is taking form where eyes cannot see. Don't give up before the harvest appears. What looks delayed is actually developing. What feels hidden is being refined for greater glory. O Saint Anthony, intercessor of the faithful, strengthen our hearts in this sacred waiting. Teach us to find peace even in unanswered prayers. Let us remember that God's "not yet" is not his "no." For every person facing a financial emergency, remind them that provision is never far from the faithful. Let doors open this week. Unexpected favor, sudden opportunities, divine connections. You who have provided for the hungry, now feed the faith of those who are weary. Faith is not the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward despite it. Saint Anthony, you have seen the faces of the desperate and the broken. You have carried their impossible requests to heaven and watched God transform their despair into deliverance. Do it again, dear saint. For the one who feels forgotten, let their heart burn with hope once more. For the one who feels abandoned, remind them that divine love never withdraws. It waits patiently for our trust to awaken. There was once a woman who said, "I prayed every night, and nothing changed." But when she began thanking God, as if the miracle had already arrived, the atmosphere shifted. Within days, the check she needed came in the mail. That is the mystery of faith, gratitude before evidence. Through this prayer to Saint Anthony, we too declare, it is done. Heaven moves where gratitude lives. O miraculous Saint Anthony, friend of the humble, lift every listener whose body is in pain, whose mind is restless, whose heart is trembling. Pour the oil of healing upon them. Let sickness dissolve, fear retreat, and peace reign. For the one sitting in a hospital bed, whisper, "You are not alone." For the one whose test results brought tears, say, "This is not the end." Heaven has the final word, and it speaks restoration. You see, faith isn't just believing God can, it's believing he will. And when Saint Anthony intercedes, faith becomes fuel for the impossible. Your situation may seem irreversible, but so did Lazarus's. Your marriage may look lifeless, but so did the widow's jar before it overflowed. Your finances may appear empty, but heaven has infinite supply. Miracles aren't measured by logic, they're measured by surrender. O Saint Anthony, remind us that even the smallest amen carries weight in heaven. Even a trembling voice praying through tears can move angels to action. Strengthen those who have prayed for years without visible results. Let them feel your hand upon their shoulder, whispering, "Don't stop now," because every prayer spoken in faith echoes in eternity. There are some who think God has forgotten their name, but you, Saint Anthony, know better. You stand before the throne, calling out each one, reminding heaven of their devotion. You lift their impossible prayers that work higher until they touch divine mercy. You are the bridge between human suffering and heavenly compassion, and tonight that bridge is open wide. Faith is like fire. It needs fuel. And your words, your worship, your gratitude, your persistence are that fuel. The more you pray, the brighter it burns. The brighter it burns, the faster heaven responds. O Saint Anthony, pour your light upon every flickering flame of faith. Let it become a roaring fire that consumes fear and radiates hope. To the one whose home feels divided, believe in the restoration of family relationships. To the one drowning in debt, trust in financial advancement. To the one whose body aches, expect healing. This is not wishful thinking, it's divine promise. Through this powerful Catholic prayer for miracles, God is aligning all that was broken. Even when nothing changes outside, everything changes inside when faith is stirred. And that's how miracles begin, first in your spirit, then in your sight. Saint Anthony, teach us to see with the eyes of heaven. To know that even a closed door is a redirection, not rejection. That even unanswered prayers are answers in disguise. O blessed Saint Anthony, I beg you to intercede for those who have given up on themselves. Remind them that heaven never gives up, that every setback is just a setup for a comeback, that grace still flows for those who fall, and mercy never expires. Lift their heads and fill their hearts with courage. Some of you are about to see what persistence in prayer produces. You've cried for years, now you will rejoice for decades. You've sown in tears, now you will reap in joy. The miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony doesn't end in despair, it ends in testimony. And to you who are reading or listening, don't underestimate what's happening right now. You are being prepared for a breakthrough so divine, even your enemies will marvel. God is not just answering, you're becoming the answer for someone else's prayer. That's the power of transformation through faith. Saint Anthony, we surrender our timing for God's perfect plan. We let go of control and rest in divine rhythm. Let our faith become unshakable, our hope immovable, and our peace unbreakable. This is where intercession becomes transformation, where belief turns into blessing. If you feel the warmth of peace rising in your soul, it's not imagination, it's confirmation. Heaven is near, Saint Anthony is interceding. Stay with me now, because what comes next will take your faith from fire to surrender. The fourth mystery, where the heart learns to rest in divine trust. If you believe heaven is responding to your faith right now, type "Heaven is moving for me" in the comments and stay with me for the fourth mystery, where surrender unlocks the impossible. Fourth mystery, the sacred power of surrender and the peace that follows trust. Now we enter the fourth mystery, where faith matures into rest and the soul finally exhales. This is where the miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony stops asking and starts trusting. It's where hearts once weighed down by fear begin to rise with quiet confidence. Through surrender, miracles are no longer chased. They are attracted. You who have fought for control, who have prayed through tears trying to fix what you cannot, this is your turning point. The God who moves through Saint Anthony of Padua is not asking for your perfection. He's asking for your permission. Permission to take over, to rewrite the story, to turn your exhaustion into expectation. Some of you have been pushing so hard, trying to open doors that won't budge. But Saint Anthony, the gentle intercessor of the weary, reminds us that faith is not force, it's flow. When you stop striving, heaven starts moving. When you release the outcome, miracles rush in like a tide that was waiting for your stillness. Let go of the urge to control. Let go of fear disguised as responsibility. What you cannot fix, God will finish. O Saint Anthony, humble miracle worker, Teach us the strength found in surrender. We bring before you every burden that keeps our hearts restless, the unpaid bills, the broken friendships, the dreams that seem buried. We release them now into your blessed hands. You who once lifted the fallen and comforted the forgotten, lift us too. Let every listener who joins this prayer to Saint Anthony feel peace flooding their spirit, reminding them that the same God who fed multitudes with little can multiply their faith with less. Faith doesn't demand to understand, it chooses to trust. The mother who once knelt in despair over her son's addiction didn't see progress for months. Yet one night she whispered, "Saint Anthony, I surrender him to heaven." That was the night everything began to change. Within days, her son called home, ready to begin again. This is how surrender works. It trades panic for providence, control for completion, and fear for miracles. O glorious Saint Anthony, for every person facing a financial emergency, whisper courage into their hearts. Let them know that surrender does not mean defeat. It means divine alignment. Money may be short, but faith is endless. Open the heavens to release unexpected provision, promotions, gifts, opportunities, and relief that defies explanation. Let every faithful soul see that trusting God opens doors that effort could never reach. Some of you listening have carried pain for too long, emotional wounds, regrets, the guilt of past mistakes. But in this moment, through this very powerful prayer to Saint Anthony, you are invited to lay it all down. Surrender it. Every burden is too heavy for one heart, but not too heavy for heaven. The hands of Saint Anthony were once the cradle of the divine child. Surely they can hold your sorrow. When you let go, peace comes like sunrise after a long storm. It doesn't erase what happened, it redeems it. Surrender doesn't mean weakness, it means strength under grace. It's saying, I trust the author even when I can't read the next chapter. Through surrender, you move from striving to soaring. That's how the impossible prayer that works begins to breathe. O Saint Anthony, faithful servant of God, let this mystery awaken courage in us. For the one waiting on test results, whisper, peace, be still. And for the one waiting on a prodigal child, whisper, hope is on its way. For the one who has lost their job, whisper, heaven's economy never runs out. Let every whisper of fear be silenced by faith. There is a freedom that comes only through release. It's when you stop rehearsing your pain and start declaring your peace. Say it aloud, I surrender this to God. Feel the shift in your spirit, the burden leaving, the heart lightening, the mind clearing. You're not losing control, you're gaining clarity, because once it's in heaven's hands, it's in perfect order. O miraculous Saint Anthony, help us trust God's timing even when it feels late. Help us believe that what's taking longer is being built stronger. You who found what was lost, now find for us our peace, our confidence, our faith. Help us see that surrender doesn't end the story. It starts the miracle. Some blessings arrive disguised as endings. What feels like loss might actually be liberation. What seems broken beyond repair might be the beginning of resurrection. Surrender makes room for those divine surprises. When you unclench your fists, you make space for God's hands. Saint Anthony, we give to you our worries, our relationships, our futures. We release them into divine care. Let this powerful Catholic prayer for miracles be our declaration of trust. Where fear once ruled, let faith reign. Where despair once lingered, let hope sing. Where control once choked joy, let surrender breathe it back to life. If you've been fighting a battle for too long, this is your sign. Stop fighting and start trusting. Let the presence of God meet you in the silence. Let the intercession of Saint Anthony carry your name to the throne. The miracle isn't delayed. It's already unfolding in the surrender you just made. There's a peace rising within you now, soft yet strong, like a warm light filling a dark room. That's heaven responding to your surrender. The very moment you let go, heaven took over. Remember this truth. What you place in God's hands will never be lost. And so we pray, O blessed Saint Anthony, grant us the grace to stay surrendered. Let our hearts be still and our faith be bold. Remind us that even when we see nothing, God is still working, still weaving, still winning on our behalf. Let this peace remain and multiply, touching every listener and every home. If your spirit feels lighter, if peace has touched your heart, it means heaven has begun to act. Saint Anthony has heard you. Keep walking in trust, because what's coming next will lift your faith to unshakable confidence. The fifth mystery, where you no longer ask when, but declare now. If you feel the peace of surrender filling your heart, write, "I trust you, Lord," in the comments, and stay with me for the fifth mystery, where faith turns into manifestation and miracles become visible. Fifth mystery, walking in unshakable faith. Living as if the miracle is already here now, we arrive at the fifth mystery, where faith becomes sight and belief turns into bold declaration. This is the sacred stage where your soul stops asking, "Will God do it?" and begins proclaiming, "It is already done." Through the miraculous prayer to Saint Anthony of Padua, you no longer chase miracles, they begin chasing you. The heart that has surrendered is now ready to receive. Heaven honors confidence wrapped in humility, for this is not arrogance, it's alignment with divine truth. There comes a moment in every believer's life when the waiting ends, not because the blessing has appeared, but because the heart has decided it's already here. That's where you are now. Saint Anthony, the tireless miracle worker, carries your name before God as we speak. He has heard your impossible requests, your tears, your faith that refused to die, and now heaven is releasing what was once withheld, not because you earned it, but because you believed it. O Saint Anthony, intercessor of divine surprises, we thank you for every miracle already in motion. We declare that healing has taken root, that family restoration is unfolding, that provision is flowing. Every listener who has endured the long night will awaken to a dawn filled with answered prayers. For the one facing a financial emergency, let abundance appear where lack once lived. Let unexpected income, debt cancellation, and divine promotions flow like rivers from your intercession. Faith in this mystery is not quiet. It's courageous. It speaks life into dry bones and calls light into darkness. Through this prayer to Saint Anthony, the believer doesn't wait for evidence. They create it with words of faith. The woman who once declared, "My husband will return," saw reconciliation within weeks. The man who said, "My business will rise again," witnessed open doors where none existed. Faith isn't waiting, it's walking. O glorious Saint Anthony, teach us to walk as if we've already received what we prayed for. Let our voices carry the vibration of victory, our hearts the rhythm of gratitude. For those seeking healing, let them speak to their bodies with authority. I am whole, I am strong, I am restored. For those praying for their children, let them declare, "My child is safe, my home is covered, my family is whole." Faith turns whispers into roars. The moment you speak what heaven has written, reality starts to shift. God's promises are not maybes. They are guarantees sealed in divine timing. Saint Anthony, remind us that even before we see the miracle, it's already finished in heaven's book. You who bridge despair to hope, let every listener walk boldly into the manifestation of their prayers. O miraculous Saint Anthony, bless those who have stood through storms without seeing the sun. Let their endurance be rewarded with joy unspeakable. For every delay they endured, give double blessing. For every tear they shed, pour rivers of laughter. Let the world see through their lives that the impossible prayer that works is not fantasy, it's divine reality. Faith that declares victory in advance carries heaven's signature. That's why you must speak differently now, walk differently, expect differently. Say out loud, "My miracle is already here." Say it until your soul believes it. Say it until your home feels it. Because what you decree in faith, God establishes in power. O blessed Saint Anthony, I ask you to fan the flames of confidence in every listener. Let them no longer speak like victims, but like victors. You who saw the lame walk, the sick healed, and the poor provided for, let your intercession release that same grace here and now. Let testimonies rise from this prayer, emails of restored marriages, calls about unexpected blessings, messages of peace that passes understanding. The miracle is not coming, it has come. You're standing in it right now. Every word spoken in faith is carving out the path of your new reality. Through this very powerful prayer to Saint Anthony, you've invited heaven into your timeline, and heaven has said yes. If you're wondering what to do next, praise. Praise like it's already done. Worship like it's already won. Gratitude is your victory song. When you thank God in advance, you accelerate the manifestation. The atmosphere of praise is where miracles multiply. O Saint Anthony, friend of the faithful, let every person who has stayed until now walk in supernatural boldness. Let fear fade, doubt disappear, and faith stand tall. The powerful Catholic prayer for miracles has done its work. The battle has shifted, and victory has been sealed. Right now, as you breathe, angels are being dispatched, hearts are being softened, and doors are being unlocked. Heaven has confirmed your case. You no longer pray as the desperate, you pray as the delivered. You no longer cry as the broken, you rejoice as the blessed. Faith doesn't wait for proof, it becomes proof. And through Saint Anthony's intercession, your life will now testify to that truth. When you rise tomorrow, rise with confidence. When you speak, let heaven echo your words. When you walk, let grace follow your steps. To every soul still doubting, remember, miracles don't belong to the perfect, they belong to the persistent. Keep speaking faith, keep standing tall, keep believing even when it hurts, because in this final mystery, the impossible has already bowed to faith. You've prayed, you've surrendered, you've believed. Now, you receive. And as this prayer continues to echo, may your testimony echo across generations. If you believe your miracle is already sealed, type "It is done, my miracle is here" in the comments and stay with me for the final blessing, the sacred sealing of your victory through Saint Anthony's intercession. Final blessing, the sacred seal of miracles, peace, and divine restoration. O Saint Anthony of Padua, miracle worker of the hopeless, we stand before you now with hearts full of awe and gratitude. You have carried our tears to heaven, our burdens to God's mercy, and our dreams into divine hands. What was once broken is being mended. What was once delayed is being delivered. Through this very powerful prayer to Saint Anthony, let every listener feel the embrace of heaven surrounding them. Let peace, provision, and purpose fall like rain upon their lives. For every soul who cried through this prayer, may comfort now fill the empty spaces. For the weary mother, may her children return home. For the father in financial emergency, may doors of provision swing open. For the one battling sickness, may healing flow through every cell, bone, and heartbeat. For those in despair, may light pierce the darkness, proving that no pain is permanent when touched by faith. This is not just the end of a prayer, it is the beginning of transformation. O Saint Anthony, keeper of heaven's mercy, let your intercession continue beyond these words. Cover each listener under the mantle of divine favor. Let their homes be sanctuaries of peace, their tables overflow with blessings, and their nights rest beneath the wings of angels. Through your holy prayers, let every curse be reversed, every burden lifted, and every sorrow turned into miracles that testify of God's glory. You who found what was lost, find now the joy that left our hearts. Restore laughter to our homes and love to our families. Let the restoration of family relationships be swift and complete. What distance and pride have destroyed, let humility and grace rebuild. May the same God who reunited the prodigal son now reunite every broken household listening to this prayer. O blessed Saint Anthony, you who multiplied provision for the poor, let abundance overtake every home in lack. Cancel debts, release promotions, and deliver unexpected financial blessings. Let these be the signs of heaven's favor upon those who have trusted in this powerful Catholic prayer for miracles. Let no faithful listener walk in fear of tomorrow, for the God of today has already prepared it. To the ones who feel unworthy of blessings, remind them that grace is not earned, it is given. Remind them that miracles are not rewards, they are love in motion. You, Saint Anthony, have seen the worst of human sorrow and the best of divine mercy. Let that mercy now overflow through this blessing, covering every listener in waves of renewal. May this moment mark the turning point. Let the impossible prayer that works continue its power long after this video ends. Let testimonies rise, marriages restored, debts erased, jobs received, and health renewed. May the comments of this prayer become a garden of miracles blooming with gratitude. O Saint Anthony, seal every promise spoken in this moment. Let peace guard every heart, clarity guide every decision, and joy return where despair once dwelled. Where doubt has lingered, let faith reign. Where pain has resided, let purpose awaken. Let every listener walk with boldness, knowing heaven has heard and answered. And now, as we close this sacred time, we proclaim in faith, the urgent miracle has begun, the blessing is sealed, and the breakthrough is irreversible. The enemy's plans are defeated, God's promises are fulfilled. Your story has changed forever. May angels stand guard at your doors tonight. May dreams carry divine messages. May the dawn bring fresh hope. You are no longer waiting for your miracle, you are walking in it. Saint Anthony walks beside you, whispering, "It is done." For those who have prayed in tears, may laughter return. For those who waited in silence, may songs of joy rise. For those who doubted their worth, may heaven remind them they were always loved, always chosen, always seen. This blessing is not just for a moment, it is for a lifetime. It will echo into generations, covering children and grandchildren yet unborn. Every home touched by this prayer will carry the fragrance of faith and the evidence of divine favor. O God of heaven, through the hands of Saint Anthony, pour out your anointing on every person who stayed until the end. Let their faith become a beacon for others still searching in the dark. Let this video, this prayer, this very moment become a monument of miracles across time. Now, beloved listener, take a deep breath. You are free. You are healed. You are blessed. The miracle has already begun. Walk in peace, for Saint Anthony has carried your name before the throne, and heaven has already responded. If you can feel the peace of this blessing filling your heart, type in the comments, "I am blessed. My miracle is sealed." And as you do, know that this declaration is your signature on heaven's promise. Beloved soul, if you've reached this moment, you are not here by accident. This entire miraculous prayer to St. Anthony of Padua was heaven's way of reminding you that your story isn't over. It's only beginning. Every tear, every silent prayer, every sleepless night has been collected and carried by Saint Anthony, the gentle miracle worker of impossible causes. You have not been unseen, you have been chosen. What was once uncertain has now been sealed in faith. The God of the impossible has heard your cry, and the very powerful prayer to Saint Anthony has already moved his hand on your behalf. From this day forward, walk differently, speak differently, live as someone who knows that the impossible prayer that works has already taken effect in your life. Whether you were praying for healing, for financial advancement, or for the restoration of family relationships, believe it has begun. Every moment from now is proof that heaven has been working behind the scenes. When doubt tries to return, remind yourself, my miracle has been released. Saint Anthony has placed your name before God, and heaven never forgets a name once spoken in faith. Now, as this sacred moment closes, let your act of faith continue beyond the screen. Write Amen or Glory to God in the comments as a testimony that you've received this blessing. Click the like button not just as support, but as your offering of gratitude. Share this video with someone who's fighting in silence, because you could be the reason their urgent miracle arrives. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to this channel so that your heart remains connected to prayers, hope, and heaven's voice through Saint Anthony. You are part of a growing family of believers, a family built on faith, miracles, and divine restoration. Every time you share, comment, or pray, you multiply grace. This prayer doesn't end here, it travels through you. So go, carry this light into your home, your work, and your relationships. Let others see the peace in your eyes and know that you've met God through the intercession of Saint Anthony. If this prayer touched your spirit, type, "It is done. My miracle is sealed," and share it with 2 people who need hope right now. You might be the very answer to their impossible prayer that works.